Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were losing control? Like everything was spinning out of your hands, and there was nothing you could do to stop it? Today's verse is about exactly that. It's about a situation where the disciples were in a boat with Jesus, and suddenly a storm showed up and they started freaking out. So let's dive into it. Mark 4:35. The disciples panicked as waves filled their boat. Jesus was asleep, and they cried out, "Don't you care if we drown?" He rose, rebuked the wind, and said, "Peace, be still." Immediately the storm obeyed. They were terrified, not of the storm, but of the one whom even the sea obeyed. Okay, so picture this. You and your friends are hanging out in a boat on the water, right? And suddenly the weather takes a turn and a storm shows up out of nowhere. The wind starts blowing, the waves start crashing, and before you know it, you're in the middle of a full-on storm at sea. Can you feel the panic rising within you? You start to think, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Are we going to make it? Is this the end? That's exactly how the disciples felt in this moment. They were scared. They were hopeless. And they felt like they had no control over the situation. But then they turned to Jesus, who is their source of hope, their anchor in the storm, and they see that he's asleep. Can you imagine their disappointment and frustration? They're like, dude, wake up. We're dying here. Don't you care that we're drowning? Don't you care that we might die? But when they call out to him, something amazing happens. He wakes up, he rebukes the wind, and he speaks to the sea and says, "Peace, be still." And you know what happens next? The storm stops. The waves calm down. The wind goes still. It's like Jesus just snapped his fingers and everything was okay. But the craziest part of the story isn't the fact that he calmed the storm, it's the reaction of the disciples. The text says that they were terrified, not of the storm, but of the one whom even the sea obeyed. They realized that they weren't just in the presence of a miracle worker, but of the miracle himself. They saw that Jesus had power over the very forces of nature, and that gave them a sense of awe and wonder, but also a little bit of fear. You see, when we put our faith in someone or something that can't be controlled, it's easy to feel scared and helpless. But when we turn our eyes to Jesus, we remember that he is in control. He is the one who calms the storms of our lives. And when we fix our gaze on him, we can find peace even in the midst of a raging sea. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you're losing control, take a deep breath, look to Jesus, and remember that he is the one who calms the storms. He is the one who brings peace to our troubled hearts. And he is the one who helps us through our hardest times. I hope this brings you comfort and peace today. Till next time.